Hey everyone, and welcome back to Mike's Exotics. Today I've got something pretty cool to show you. In South Africa, this isn't really that rare at the moment, but its markings and colorings really made me quite attracted to it, and it was something that I thought would definitely be great as part of my collection, even though, as I say, it's not really that rare. I know in SA, these seem to range at the moment between about 150 to 200 Rand. And as I say, that's at the time of filming this video. That can change as the months go by, but for now, that's what it's ranging between. So without further ado, let's show off this little chap. And there you go. Look at those markings. Absolutely stunning. This is the Guatemalan tiger rump. I will, of course, put the Latin name in the video description at the bottom. But I mean, what a stunning, stunning looking tea. I am using little tweezers at the moment. I just kind of want to see if I can get them out. I don't want to disturb them too much. Come on, bud. There you go. Not going to disturb him too much, but there you go. You can see quite a nice, I mean, those markings are just stunning, and this is what made me want to have this as part of my collection. For those of you who are interested in getting such a species, I'm just going to go through a little bit about them so that give you guys a better understanding of what they are and where they come from. So these are considered a dwarf species, growing only to about 10 centimeters. They are, of course, New World, and they're terrestrial species. So you won't really find them in the trees at all. They are also opportunistic burrowers and heavy webbers. Growth rate is quite fast. They're pretty calm species as well. The females live from about 10 to 11 years, and males, of course, shorter, between 3 to 4 years. Their origin is Mexico, Guatemala, and actually Panama. Recommended climate for these guys is about 20 to 26 degrees Celsius during the summer and 18 to 22 degrees Celsius during the winter. Recommended humidity, we're looking at about 75 to 85%. So again, quite humid for these guys. The terrestrial setup, basically what you would want is something at least 4 times the size of the spider in a horizontal space. Again, these guys are terrestrial. And the substrate we want is between 5 and 10 centimeters of substrate, enough for them to burrow in and make themselves nice and comfy. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how I'm going to set up my little terrestrial enclosure for this chap. As I say, he's definitely big enough now to move into something besides this little tub. So let me do that, and then we will transfer him into that. Cool. So let me quickly close him up here. Don't be scared, little chap. Great. Let's move that there, and let me show you what I've got going on here. So I'm just going to raise this up a little bit here, and I'm going to show you exactly what I've got going on. Okay, so this is my little enclosure here for him, and this is actually available at Bub's Pets. These are made of perspex, which I simply love working with. It's I prefer it to glass. Again, you know, if this falls over or something like that, I know that it's going to be a bit more protected than, let's say, something like, you know, a glass enclosure falling over. So what I've done is I filled it with about 5 centimeters of substrate, maybe a little bit more. And the first thing I want to do is I'm going to spray it down just to add a bit more humidity. And it's also going to help when I place in the little hides and things to sort of get that set in the substrate itself. So to do that, let's get sorted out with his little hide. I've got 2 nice little pieces there of bark. Again, this can also be purchased at Bub's Pets. And let's get that nice in place. So I'm going to take this like this, and I'm going to wedge it quite nicely in there, just like that. I'm going to take the other piece and wedge that kind of next to it. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, these guys out in the wild aren't going to come across the perfect hide for them. You know, they're going to sort of do their own thing, and they're going to also reinforce what's there by using their webbing. So I'm going to try and show you guys a little bit more what's going on there. There we go. So the way I like to do my videos is I kind of like to film in one go. I find I work better that way. But if you guys want me to do more of a cutting, so, you know, straight to the point, then let me know and I can definitely work around that. But for now, this is the way I like to film. Let's bring a bit more light here. Okay, cool. So we've got that going on there. And now let's add a little bit of, you know, these are obviously just fake plants. And he'll web around that as he so pleases. That should be perfect. And let's get this one out. And let's rather use something a little bit different, a little bit more hardy. And then this, he can just web around and sort of do his own little thing with. That's much better. Okay, the next thing is, of course, he needs a little water bowl. And for this, because of his size, I'm just using a bottle cap from a 500 ml water bottle. So all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to use my tweezers to get it in there. I'm just going to place that nicely there. Place the substrate around it. I want it to look as good as possible. You can see a little cricket in there if you look already. So it's got a bit of food already, which is great. Nice small little thing. And there we go. Let's fill up his little water bowl for him. Okay, it doesn't matter if it overflows. And now what we want to do is another spritz of that, and that should be perfect. Okay, let's zoom in a bit more. We can just try and show you guys a bit more how that looks. And just one thing I wanted to show you about these quickly. Come with a nifty little locking system. So, little guy can't get out. Okay, now it is time to release him into his new enclosure. So let's just make sure all of that is okay. Perfect. Okay. All right. So there he is. I'm just going to put this out here and just put that there and hope he sort of runs out. Go on, be free. No, not that way. There you go. Okay, he wants to go down that way. Go on. There we go. Okay, he's in his little system. Let's see if we can zoom in on him. Hopefully he enjoys his new little hangout. And there we go. What an awesome, awesome little species. And as I say, what he's going to hopefully do is sort of web around those fake plants, web inside his burrow. We've got the humidity going. We've sprayed quite a nice amount of water on the substrate. And it's fairly thick enough for him to sort of dig his own little spot there, which is just fantastic. I mean, I'm really happy to have this part of my collection. Guys, that's it from me. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like my content, and of course, please share it. I really want to get this channel out there and show people what we've got going on in SA. Once again, if there's anything specific you'd like me to have in my collection, such as if there's a recommendation or something that you would like to see, please let me know, and I will definitely do my best to get my hands on it and show it off to you guys. That's it from me for now. Thanks very much, guys. Bye-bye, and I'll see you again.